Well, thanks for taking the time to do this interview with me.
hmm
Well, first question, your first meeting, Nicole and Tuomas. When was it, and where was it?
It was at Helsinki Airport. I flew over to Finland because I was doing a band rehearsal. We were trying out two of the new songs that were still demos at the time.
Mhm.
And I met Tuomas and Emil. They came and picked me up. Emil, the guitarist of the band. And yeah, then we went to look at Emil's studio, Instruction Studios, and then we had our band rehearsal.
Interesting. Tuomas, for you the same question. Why did you reach out to Nicole?
Basically, we needed a singer. That was 1 year ago, and we didn't have singer anymore. So something needed to be done. So I didn't want to go for a public search, and I wanted to check out my contacts first. So then I just remembered that Nicole exists, and that she's an awesome singer, and I knew her from Facebook. I've seen her videos there, singing videos. So I just contacted her, and we started chatting, and we tried out some songs, and that's how it started.
Who gave you the name of Nicole for, well, who said to you that maybe she might become your new singer? Did he or she work with Nicole, or?
It was my idea. I didn't know about her so much before. I just have seen her videos, singing videos. That was the only thing I knew about her.
And Nicole, for you, did you know Tuomas and the band?
Yes, I was listening quite frequently to a lot of different symphonic metal bands when I was in my mid-teens, and I always knew about this band. I used to listen to the song River of Tuoni. So yeah, I was quite surprised when I got the message, but yeah, it's been wonderful so far.
Yeah. Can you explain how did that first rehearsal go? What songs did you do, and what was the atmosphere?
Well, we quite recently released a song called Unchained. So we were playing this song through a couple of times, and we were also just looking at a couple of the old songs, but we mainly wanted to see what these new songs would sound like with the band playing live. So yeah, it was mainly based around that song.
Okay. Tuomas, for you, what kind of energy did Nicole bring to, well, maybe the song and the first rehearsal?
As you can see, she's a lovely person, always in good mood, and we just felt right from the beginning. We had the same right kind of chemistry between all of us. We share same kind of taste in music. We share same kind of taste in videos, and also even same kind of humor. So it was really easy to start working together. And at this point, really feels like we've been known for a longer time,
I
because
agree.
really feeling like a small family here.
Yeah.
What is for you the biggest difference with your previous singers?
Every singer is different. Of course, there's different kind of strengths and weaknesses on every singer, because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
But how to say what's the biggest difference? In fact, there is not so much difference if we think about if we compare with our previous singer Capri. I think they have quite same vocal range, maybe a little different singing style. Both are capable of doing also classical singing style. So really hard to say what's the real biggest differences. Hard to say.
When did you start writing for this album?
About a year ago. I only have a couple of songs ready, 1 year ago. And then we started looking for a new singer. And after we found Nicole, I really started to compose more songs. And after she joined us, everything happened really fast. I think it took only 6 months to record all those songs from the beginning, including the whole process, composing and arranging process. Maybe it was just 6 months. So it was really...
What did you bring, Nicole? Did you write many lyrics?
Yes, so Tuomas gives me full freedom to write the lyrics. So actually, I was a little bit nervous about this thing of writing lyrics for 10 songs in a short amount of time and also recording all these vocals. But fortunately, the ideas came to me quite quickly. So I can also be creative in the process of arranging backing vocals. I'm recording the vocals at home here in Sweden, and we felt that it was an easy way to record the album as well, because normally Capri or previous singers have been recording in Finland. So this was a new process for us to work in this way.
What was the first lyric that you wrote?
The first lyric I wrote was for the song Unchained.
Yeah. There's a line, I wrote down lines from every song, and maybe you can, I don't know what you want to share about the lyrics and about the song.
Oh, this is going to get personal, okay.
No, I don't know, maybe not. Whatever you prefer to say. What do you fear when you degrade others? Who are you singing to?
Okay, without offending anyone. People who try to punish or degrade people for not being in a certain way. So this fear of I have to be in a certain way to feel accepted in this in society or at work or wherever you are. And if somebody is not fitting into that box, they will start degrading them or making them feel less of themselves. So yeah.
Did it happen to you once in a while?
It did, yeah.
Yeah. Is it something that, is there an example that you would like to share maybe or not? Or?
Well, I mean, for me, it's all my life, really. It's been really important that I can be myself and that I can be who I am and be how I am, etc. And sometimes I can feel trapped by, people having expectations like this is how you're supposed to be. And I think these people are maybe afraid as well to be themselves. So really it's about, it's my answer to this, to these people.
But I think once you get older, it's easier. I mean, I think you have found your way in life now, right?
It's, I think it takes a certain amount of strength to be yourself and to stand for who you are and stand against this strong current. That at some times you can meet in life.
Yeah. Tuomas, for you, the song Unchained, you already mentioned that it was the first song that you actually rehearsed with each other. Why did you pick this song for the first song to be rehearsed with Nicole?
Maybe because there was not so many to choose from. Only a couple of songs ready, so it's kind of easy pick. Also, I thought the song was quite good way to start.
Why?
It's kind of representing a new style of our upcoming album. It's heavy metal song with kind of classical guitar riffs, and also there's some hard parts for vocalists. I think the verse part is really hard to sing technically. There's really strange, how do you say, melodies, and I think she just nailed those perfectly. It was really great. Also, I knew that she was able to growl, so I had this idea to try out on this song, and I haven't done this before. I didn't know how to do it with growl vocalists, so I just had this rhythm in my head, and I basically made those backing tracks, and I used some words to show how the rhythm should be, I might be, and she just then writes those lyrics, and it works really great.
You said about difference in musical direction. What is the biggest difference for you, and why this difference now?
I think everything just felt natural to do it this way. There's been some softer years, you can say, like Looking for You album was kind of pop metal album. Also, of course, ABBA songs, quite soft. So that was kind of phase for me. And now I feel more like writing more metal stuff. But it's always been like this. I think almost every album have had some kind of different sound with each other. So it's always been like, maybe some bands are like they make the same kind of music all over again. Also, some people appreciate it. So they have kind of found their style, that they are just doing this certain kind of music. With our band, maybe we haven't found the final style because we are still looking for it, exploring new things. So you can expect in the future also that we are going to make some experiments with new styles. But right now it feels like this metal style feels natural.
I quite enjoy when a band also is reinventing themselves, like that they have an established style and they've been doing that style for a long time. But in my own opinion, it's interesting when a band always evolves as well.
Yeah, then you have musical growth, and you excite people and you surprise them, right? For you, Tuomas, you did the Take a Chance album, the ABBA tribute album, metal tribute. What did doing these ABBA songs, did it influence your writing maybe afterwards? Can you say, or didn't it have any influence?
If I'm thinking the situation right now, it's easy for me to say that ABBA music has always have influence on my songwriting. It seems clear to me now. I don't usually listen to my old songs at all, but it happens sometimes. Some weeks ago, I listened to some of our older albums, like End of Eden, which is maybe 15 years ago. And I also recognized that, oh my God, I've been using these ABBA elements already back then. So it's always been there, maybe not so in front. So that was something I need to do, and I really enjoyed doing that.
What is specifically then ABBA for you that you hear in your own music?
I think it's the way to write melodies, how I feel. I feel some similarities there. I don't know. It's always about the listeners. How do they feel about that? But for me, it feels like I have some connection with Benny in songwriting. Also, I notice I use same kind of stuff in keyboards, especially on our latest albums. I think I'm now better using these keyboard sounds than I was before. I've learned a lot of stuff recently about analog synthesizers, so I think I have more options there to use now.
Did you ever meet the guys of ABBA?
Yeah, I met Benny Andersson about almost 10 years ago at his studio in Stockholm. It was pure accidental meeting.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was really. It happened so fast. I was kind of confused about the whole situation. I didn't recognize him at once, so it took me a couple of seconds to really understand that he's really there in front of me. So we had some pictures together and had a little chat. But like I said, it was pure accident that I met him at his studio.
Did they say something about the tribute album that you made?
No, we didn't have time to discuss about that. That was also 10 years ago. So
No, but I mean, not that you actually spoke to him last year, or maybe the last 2 or 3 or 4 years, but maybe did you know that they actually heard the album and commented on it?
yeah, I tried to contact Benny afterwards. I sent the album to him to his studio, but I didn't get any feedback, so I don't know. I think the guy gets so much stuff for every fans, and so it's really hard to get him to listen to anything.
Of course. Nicole, for you, well, we discussed Unchained. Is there another lyric on the album that you say, well, I'm really proud of that lyric? Maybe we can pick a line from that song too, because I wrote down lines from every song. So what is the song that you would like to discuss?
Well, many of the songs are actually about this thing about being yourself. Like, for example, Eternal Flame is definitely also about this. Then some of the songs are a little bit more dreamy and romantic. But did you have one in mind? Or
So let's go for Eternal Flame then. I am forever resting on the same eternal flame. What is that eternal flame for you?
and that's my drive, my driving force, who I am, what drives me.
What
My flame, my inner power, if that makes sense.
What is it? Is it the singing, or is it to express yourself? What is the eternal flame for you?
My want and need to do what I do and to be who I am. I think that everyone has a fire within that drives them to do what they want to do.
And did you already had this drive when you were younger, or did it evolve over the years?
Yes, I think I've always had this drive. I've always been a little bit rebellious. But I think definitely you would think that it was more difficult to be yourself when you're a teenager. But for me, I think in my early 20s was the time when I really felt like I was developing and I knew who I wanted to be, but I still had all these voices of who you want to be. So, but I don't think I ever lost it, fortunately.
Yeah. Is there was a specific moment that pushed you harder into, becoming who you are yourself?
Yes. I'd say that going through rough times definitely has made me feel stronger and made me feel like when I do what I like to do and not what somebody else wants me to do, that's when times when people have been maybe controlling or certain difficult behaviors. This is, by the end of it, I've felt stronger. So, yeah.
Well, you mentioned I can pick a song too. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the last song,
Phantasmagoria.
Yeah, Phantasmagoria. I'm feeling surrounded by the flashing lights of my mind. Obviously, I looked up the word, but maybe you can tell me when was the first time that you actually were aware of this word and of this phenomenon?
It's a beautiful word, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm really inspired by dreams in general. I love art. The artist Salvador Dali, he's one of my favorite artists. So I quite like to dive into my subconscious when I write music as well, to just what do I feel in this moment? How do I feel when I listen to this song? And Phantasmagoria, the song itself gave me almost a bit dreamy vibes because of the melodies, etc. But it's still, it's heavy and metal. So it really is about this. I have actually, I can admit this. I have very strong nightmares at times. So but these also inspire me. And during the time, I actually did have nightmares. So I think that's why it led to the Phantasmagoria song.
How long do you have nightmares?
They come and go, but they can be really surrealistic, surreal as well. So in a way, to not bring myself down, I try to get inspired from them instead.
Yeah.
Because at the end, they mean something.
Do you know what I mean?
Not always.
Not always. Okay.
Of course.
Let's not go into that deeper. but if you want to, you can do, of course. For you, Tuomas, is there a lyric of Nicole that you say, well, when I heard that lyric and when I read it, I thought, whoa, this is something else and I really like it?
You mean lyric?
Yeah, lyrics? Or don't you read the lyrics?
I have to say that I don't so much care about lyrics. It's something I can say. Of course, I appreciate those good lyrics because I noticed that there's some meaning behind those, and I like the words. I like how they sound. For me, still, I've never listened to lyrics in music. And maybe one thing is I like to hear how they sound, phonetically. Maybe that's more important to me, how they sound, than what they actually mean. For me, it's about music, not about words so much.
Okay. Well, Nicole, for you then, Tuomas, he sends you the songs, I mean the music to the songs.
Mm-hmm.
What song was more special or did influence you more when you heard it? You thought, well, this is a really nice song for me and I really get inspired to write lyrics on that song.
Temptations Gates, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, Tuomas names the demos. Can I say random names or? Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, and he says, "Don't get misled by the names." But he named the demo Inferno, and it was hard to not get inspired by this because I felt also like, this is definitely a song where we can write about desires and reach for your desires, which also influenced many of the songs on the album, lyric-wise. I had all these ideas for this song, so it was really, I remember I was writing down like all these different poetic things on notes, and I had all these notes in front of me, and I'll use this and I'll use that, and this one is the most important one to use. And then it's just really puzzling it together to somehow make it makes sense for me, but to hopefully make sense for somebody else as well. But I agree with Tuomas. I also it's also important for me that it's like sonically that it sounds good and that it rings off my tongue in a in a comfortable way and also a natural way. So I would sing it as if I would say it. That makes
What is
sense.
well, you said you have notes with lines and words. What was the word that you picked from your notes for this song?
You mean like the first words?
Yeah, the Temptation Gates. Yeah.
Well, definitely. I wanted to write something about desire, as I had desire, ignite the fire, the flower of evil, and I had all these different things. Actually, I still have the old notes somewhere in the other room, and sometimes I quite like to go back to old sort of scratch lyrics and just this was the world where I was in at the time when I was writing the lyrics.
Well, maybe you can share it with us because the line that I wrote down, you already mentioned it, but the flower of evil is growing beneath my skin.
Yes.
It sounds a bit scary.
Yes. Well, I was heavily inspired by Le Fleur de Mal by Boulez. Yes, I think I don't want to share too much
Okay.
about the flower of evil because that's very personal for me also.
But why did this poem inspire you? What is so good about this poem for you?
Well, it is the thing that it brings out love and desire and passion in a more darker sense. And I would say that for me, a romantic aspect or desire, it's not only like hearts and flowers. It's also for me, it can be more intense, presented in a darker way.
Okay. Tuomas, for you, well, you've recorded now a whole album together, and well, the last proper album that you recorded was released 6 years ago. Looking for You. What kind of energy does this album give you compared to all the previous albums that you recorded with Amberian Dawn?
Yeah, it feels great because there's been that break. So it feels like doing something once again. It feels like new thing for me, kind of. I feel kind of when I was writing our debut album back then, and everything was new and exciting. And something similar was here present at this time. So really felt like something born again somehow. We have their own ways to play instruments, and we have all evolved somehow. We are better all the time. Of course, we play more and we get better. At least we want to believe that we are getting better all the time. So I feel we had a really strong background when we started to record this album, and everything just went so smoothly. We didn't have any issues there, and all the arrangements we made together, it was so easy and natural.
Good to hear. Well, I think I have to stop. Have an hour. Nicole, last question for you. Well, you already listened to Amberian Dawn. Now you're actually in it. You're singing. You're writing the lyrics. Was what you thought it would be? Is it the same that you thought it would be? Being a member of Amberian Dawn and recording an album.
It's more creative than I thought it would be. So it's definitely a positive experience. It's a lot of work, but it's also it's pushing me, and I quite like that.
Well, you said it's more creative. Can you explain a bit more?
Well, I quite like to write music myself. So I thought originally that I would mostly be just singing exactly what, I'm being given instructions, and that's what I do. But I feel like I have a lot of space. I don't want to take too much space in the band, but I do feel like I have it. So yeah, it's good. It's a good experience.
Good to hear for you too, Tuomas. Thank you for your time, both of you. And good luck with the album, and good luck with the future.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.